This is Roger Hebard and his beautiful wife Elizabeth, and tonight we're in the 34th chapter of Job, and old Job's being told about God from Elihu. And Elihu is thinking pretty highly of himself and his words. Then Elihu answered and said, "Hear my words, you wise men, and give ear to me, you who know. For the ear tests words, and the palate tastes food. Let us choose what is right. Let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job has said, I am in the right, and God has taken away my right. In spite of my right, I am counted a liar. My wound is incurable, though I am without transgression." Well, we don't want to, we know that compared to God, we're just worms. But, you know, that's a good thing about the Christian life. When we accept Christ, God puts a perfect spirit in us. It's the same as his spirit. In fact, they're molded together as one spirit. We just need to get that out into our souls, our mind and our emotions, and into our flesh, which is the holy temple of God. Both of those need transformed. But to think that you are perfect without Christ, and that's what we have. So poor old Job didn't have that. And I guess Job was just thinking about his good works. So in a way, Elihu is more or less correct, but let's just go on and see what Elihu's saying. What man is like Job, who drinks up scoffing like water, who travels in company with evildoers? Well, see, those three men that criticized him so much, I wonder if that's one he's talking about. And walks with wicked men. I didn't know Job was doing that. For he said, it profits a man nothing that he should take delight in God. I don't know that he said that. Therefore, hear me, you men of understanding. Far be it from God that he should do wickedness, and from the Almighty that he should do wrong. For according to the work of a man he will repay him, and according to his ways he will make it befall him. Of a truth, God will not do wickedly, and the Almighty will not pervert justice. Who gave him charge over the earth, and who laid on him the whole world? If he should set his heart to it and gather to himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh would perish together, and man would return to dust. Okay, I agree with what he just said. If you have understanding, hear this, listen to what I say. Shall one who hates justice govern? Will you condemn him who is righteous and mighty? Who says to a king, worthless one, and to nobles, wicked man, who shows no partiality to princes? Excuse me, well, I'll turn the page here. Nor regards the rich more than the poor, for they are all the work of his hands. In a moment they die. At midnight the people are shaken and pass away. And the mighty are taken away by no human hand. For his eyes are on the ways of a man, and he sees all his steps. There is no gloom or deep darkness where evildoers may hide themselves. For God has no need to consider a man further than he should go before God in judgment. He shatters the mighty without investigation, and sets others in their place. Thus knowing their works, he overturns them in the night, and they are crushed. He strikes them for their wickedness, in a place for all to see, because they turned aside from following him, and had no regard for any of his ways. So they caused the cry of the poor to come to him, and he heard the cry of the afflicted. When he is quiet, who can condemn? When he hides his face, who can behold him? Whether it be a nation or a man, that a godless man should not reign, that he should not ensnare the people. Man, that's true. I sure hate it when we have godless leaders, and we've had some here in the United States. Man, we as Christians should get out and vote godly people in. For has anyone said to God, I have borne punishment, I will not offend any more? Teach me what I do not see. If I have done iniquity, I will do it no more. Will he then make repayment to suit you because you reject it? For you must choose, not I. Therefore declare what you know. Men of understanding will say to me, and the wise man who hears me will say, Job speaks without knowledge. His words are without insight. Would that Job were tried to the end, because he answers like wicked men. For he adds rebellion to his sin. He claps his hand among us and multiplies his words against God. Well, so far the only thing I've seen Job kind of do that's not too right was he kind of thinks himself perfect. And I'm sure he's been a good man, but you know, the closer we get to God, they say, the more we realize just what a sinner we are. Isaiah, he said he was a man of unclean lips when he saw the Lord, you know. All right, we're going to go to Zechariah.